Hello and welcome back to another video on Unpacked Technologies. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can check the battery health and status of your iOS device. This process will work on all iPhones and iPads, and today I'm going to be demonstrating on this iPhone 6s, as sometimes the battery on older iPhones and iPads can degrade significantly. This can mean that you can have a worsened experience, and sometimes iOS is slowed down to make your battery last a bit longer during the day. Doing this process will allow you to make a decision whether you want to replace the battery if it's not lasting a day, or whether it's worth just buying an entire new iPhone. So let's get straight into it. So today I have two different methods to show you. One of them is going to be through the iOS method in settings, and another one is going to be using an application called Coconut Battery. Now, I did make a video about how to check the battery health of your Mac. So if you have a Mac and you want to check the battery health, do check that out. I'll leave that linked up in the cards so you can click on it, and it does use Coconut Battery as well. So for an iPhone, you can go to settings, then scroll down to battery, and then you'll see a battery page load similar to this. Now you'll see here you've got a graph about how you're using your iPhone, and you can go to the last 10 days, or that says 9 days here because I haven't used this as my main device. And you can see here that shows the battery usage, and you can click on any particular day and see how the phone was used. As you can see, this wasn't used much, but if you tap on it, you can see how many minutes was used on each application, and also how much each application used of the battery in a percentage. And also, if you just want to click off and view it all as one, you can go back and see which applications have contributed to battery usage throughout the last 10 days. You can also see the last 24 hours to see the charging. So you can see here it was in low power mode, which is signified by the yellow here. And then I charged it up just recently, and you can see the green lines where it was charged up. And you can also see the different parts where it was used in both screen on and screen off time. But if you would like to see the actual battery health of your iPhone, you can go to the battery health section. And do be aware this isn't available on iPads as of the time of recording. They don't have a built-in battery health section on the app, which is interesting. So if you need to check the actual battery health, you'll have to go to Coconut Battery in my second step. But this is only available on iPhones at the moment. You can still see the graph, however. And just for a quick comparison to the iPhone, I've got my iPad here to show you what it looks like on iPadOS. So we can go to settings, then down to battery, and it will load a similar page to the iPhone, except you do not have a low power mode option, and you do not have the battery health section. So if I bring up the iPhone 6s quickly again, we can see here that it does not have low power mode or the battery health option, but hopefully they will add this in the future. So we can see here that the maximum capacity of this iPhone 6s is 82% of its original capacity. So that means they usually say 80% after 2 years is normal. So if you've been using your device for 2 years as a main device, you can expect it to be around 80%. So this basically means it can hold this percentage of charge from when it was new. And if it's anything under 80, you may start to notice a degraded experience. You can also see here it shows peak performance capability, and this shows whether your phone can actually support peak performance. Now, if it says it can't, that might mean that sometimes you might experience random shutdowns, which I have experienced a couple of times on this iPhone 6s. And it might also mean that iOS isn't as fast as it used to be, as it's limiting the CPU so that it can save a little bit on the battery. So that's a simple step and method on how you can go and see it in iOS if you just want to see a little quick overview. But now I'm going to switch to a screen recording and show you how to do it on Coconut battery if you would like to see some more advanced details about your iPhone or iPad's battery. So I'll switch over to that now. Okay, so we're now on the Mac, and what you'll need to do if you want to see more advanced information about your iPhone or iPad, you'll need to go to your web browser. In this case, I'm using Safari. And then type into the web browser Coconut battery. And then click enter. So you'll want to click on the link that says Coconut Battery by coconutflavor.com. Make sure it's this link. I wouldn't recommend some of these other ones in case they have malware on them. But make sure you go to the official one, which is coconutflavor.com. So you can just click on that. And then you'll see a page similar to this. So at the time of recording, the latest version is version 3.9.5. And you can see, just before you click download, I'd recommend checking the requirements. So you need, at minimum, macOS Sierra, and it goes up to Big Sur as of the time of recording, but it will also support Monterey when that comes out in the future. You can see it also supports Intel and M1 based Macs, so that's pretty much every Mac in the past, over 10-15 years. So now, once you know that your Mac can support that, click the download button, and then it will download the latest version. So when it downloads, you can close out your web browser like I did just then, and then you can go to the download section or wherever your downloads are saved on your particular Mac, and then you can click on the Coconut battery. It comes pre-installed as an application, so there's no installation process at all, so you can just click it, and then it opens straight away. So it'll start by showing you this Mac, which, as I mentioned earlier, I have made a video if you would like to see that. But what you'll want to do is click iOS device in the menu at the top, and then it will say to connect an iOS device via USB. So you'll need to make sure you have your Lightning or USB-C cable, depending on which device you are using, and just plug it into your Mac, and then plug the cable into your iOS device. So I'll do that now, and you'll see that it shows up here. So we've got some information about the iPhone itself. This one I'm using is an iPhone 7 here. We can see the model is iPhone 9,3. We can see the manufacture date, the specific iOS version, also some storage information. So that's just some basic information about the phone. And we can also see here the current charge. So it's at 715 milliamp hours, and that's at 43.7% charge. And we can also see that the full charge capacity, or the maximum capacity, is 1,638 milliamp hours. That's down from the design capacity of 1,960 milliamp hours. And you can see down here it's done 512 cycles. We can also see the temperature of the battery, how much it's discharging with in terms of watts, and how long ago it was updated. So we can see through this that the reading is it's at 83.6% capacity of its original full design capacity, which is shown through the full charge capacity here being down on the design capacity. So yeah, this is a really great way to see the status of your iPhone or iPad's battery and how it's doing if it isn't really lasting very well, or if you need to do a quick checkup on it. In some cases, for some devices, it might be worth replacing the battery yourself or getting someone else to do it, or potentially even through Apple. Or if the device is really old, it might just be worth picking up a new iPhone. So hopefully this was helpful in allowing you to get a further understanding about the battery health and status of your iOS device. Let me know in the comments below if there are any other video suggestions you have for me and what you would like me to make in the future. And thanks for watching this video on Unpacked Technologies. Don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.